is that I was talking with Dr. Khan, and then all of a sudden, he introduces me to the gentleman you're going to meet right now. And this gentleman's name is Micah Vorarituskul. And Micah, first of all, good morning. How are you, sir?
I'm doing great. Thanks for having me, Steve. I really appreciate it.
Buddy, I am so glad to meet you. And Dr. Khan spoke so highly of you and talked about you. But first of all, before we talk about why you're here, and you've got a book that we're going to be talking about, but tell us a little about yourself.
Yeah, so I got introduced to Cleveland by coming to Lee College back in the day, back in the early 90s, and I met my wife here. And since then, I actually taught at Cleveland High School for a couple of years, way back in the 90s.
Oh, wow.
In fact, Travis Henry from BH&K was one of my students, which is crazy.
Is that right?
That's right,
Wow.
yep. So anyway, but since then I've been a pastor, a missionary, stayed in education, and most recently an author, and so,
All right.
yeah, that's a little bit about me.
Well, Micah, I'm so glad to have you. And here is, your book is called Human is the New Vinyl, Why Human Creativity Still Wins in the AI Revolution. Now listen, AI has pretty much taken over the conversation in this country, really worldwide.
Yeah, it has, yeah.
And I think there's a lot of fear.
Yeah.
Because you know what? As human beings, sometimes we're afraid of the unknown. So talk about, first of all, I love the title, but talk about the book.
Yeah, so the title of the book is kind of interesting. I started noticing a few years ago that vinyl was making a comeback, even though you have, all these digital streaming platforms. And you and I are old enough to remember when vinyl was big.
Absolutely.
1982, vinyl sold almost 1 billion units worldwide. And by 2002, once the CD came and everything, vinyl and records and everything really died. And by 2002, the vinyl industry had declined by almost 1 billion units. I mean, they were down to 500,000 units a year pressing. Yeah. So, but it's making a huge comeback now, right? They're up to like the several hundred millions. So it's really cool. And I love that. As an old kind of nostalgic soul, I love vinyl. I love that my kids like vinyl. So this idea of fast, convenient, cheap music is kind of the world we live in now. And people are like, no, I want to slow down. I want to get a record out. I want to de-sleeve it. I want to look at the cover art. I want to read the lyrics. I want to drop the needle. I want to hear that crackle, that pop, that warmth. And that is really a pretty good metaphor for what's happening, I think, in the world. And what we're talking about is that in this age of AI convenience, when you can make anything cheaply, quickly, and just slop cannon everything, this idea of having real human value, real human work, something that a person thoughtfully made, I think is going to be more valuable than ever. So I am afraid a little bit. I feel like, yeah, there's going to be a lot of cheap AI stuff out there, and we're already seeing that, right? But I think there's hope for humankind. So the book is really optimistic. I think human is going to be the new vinyl.
But we're joined by Micah Vorarituskul, and his book is Human is the New Vinyl, Why Human Creativity Still Wins in the AI Revolution. But you're not anti-AI, are you?
No. In fact, I use AI every day. I think it's great. It's so helpful. I call it the beauty and the tragedy of AI, right? It's beautiful in the sense that it's helping medicine. It's helping in science, in genetics, in gene mapping, in protein mapping, in diagnosis and prognosis of diseases, in epidemiology, in safer cars. My daughter's going to be horrified that I say this, but she likes to bump into things with her car at slow speeds. And I'm grateful for AI for safer driving, right? So I'm grateful for AI in a lot of ways, but in the way that it can steal the human voice, that's where I'm worried about it.
Certainly. So Micah, you've started something called Verified Human. Tell us about that.
Yeah. So Verified Human is the best way to think about it is like fair trade for coffee is. It's like fair trade it's a fair trade label for human created content. That's for writers, visual artists, musicians, voice actors, content creators. And they can label their work with a verified human label that says, hey, I didn't use AI in certain ways to make this, so you can look at this and say, hey, I made this. I made this for you, my audience, and build kind of a sense of trust with their audience. It's like a handshake, you know. When you buy fair trade coffee on the shelf, you know that they're auditing the supply chain, and the guy who grew the bean is actually getting his fair share. That's the whole point of fair trade. So that's the idea also of Verified Human.
So tell me about who's joining up with you on Verified Human.
We have hundreds of creators in every category. We've got creators from 26 countries on all 6 continents. Yeah, I'm still working on getting someone from Antarctica, but
Well, you know, maybe,
I haven't done
maybe,
that yet.
you know.
Yeah, but yeah, we've got all a lot of bigger names that you might recognize. I tell people in the voice acting is our fastest growing category, and you know how important voice is, right, for being on the radio. But we've got J. Michael Collins, and we've got several very notable voice actors. In fact, I'm speaking at VO Atlanta in 2 weeks, so I'm excited about that. Yeah.
So cool.
So anyway, but yeah, we've got people. I'm like, yeah, you've heard this guy's voice 1,000 times, you just don't know it, you know. And these voice actors they're worried about AI voice. AI voice is stealing their craft and stealing their livelihood. So it matters.
We're seeing it already, and
Yeah.
definitely. Micah Vorarituskul joins us. He has written the book. Human is the, I'll hold it up there. Human is the new vinyl, and why human creativity still wins in the AI revolution. Now look, if you're like me, you're a real layman, and you're hearing AI, maybe use it a little bit or here and there, but this is going to tell you. I mean, this book right here will answer a lot of your questions. So where can people find the book? And then also, Micah, how can they get more information about Verified Human?
Yeah, so you can get the book obviously on Amazon, but I would love it for Cleveland folks to go to Inklings and buy it. You know,
That's right, yeah.
They just opened a store downtown a few months ago.
That's
Actually,
right.
it's been about a year ago, I guess.
Yeah.
And I have my book there, and it's also at Ruddle's. So they can pick it up here locally, or they can get it on Amazon. Either way, but I also have an audiobook version, which some people like audiobooks, especially radio listeners. You know, they're driving a lot, and so you can get that on Audible or Spotify. And then if they want information about Verified Human, it's really just one word. If you put those 2 words, Verified Human, together and just Google it, I will come up number 1. So you can check out the movement there. We would love to have anybody join who is a creative who cares about this. You can join as an advocate, but anybody in any of those categories that we mentioned can join as a creative, and it's free. It's pay if you want or if you can. It doesn't matter though. We're not in it for the money. We're in it for the movement. So Verified Human is all they need to put in Google, and they'll find it.
Micah, it's such a pleasure having you in, and I'm gonna have you back on. I do a longer form program, which Bridget tells me she listens to try to go to sleep. So, it's called Conversations with Me. It's on our website, mymix1041.com.
It's the AI version of you.
It actually is. Actually, Bridget is AI here, and she's been here about 20 years, and she was AI before AI was cool. But anyway,
That's right.
Micah, a pleasure having you. But yeah, we're going to be able to dive a lot deeper into this because look, this is the national conversation. This is what everybody is talking about.
It is
artificial intelligence. Human. The book is "Human is the New Vinyl: Why Human Creativity Still Wins in the AI Revolution." And our buddy Micah Vorarituskul has written it. Again, as he said, you can get it at Inklings or Ruddle's, downtown Cleveland. If you're in Cleveland, want to go there, get it on Amazon. And then check out Google Verified Human. That's one word. Verified Human. What a concept. Micah, great to have you.
Thank you so much, Steve.
Thank you,
See
buddy.
ya. Okay.
Great to see you.